What's going on, family? Welcome to Gentle Pushers, the podcast. It is Melly, your host, and I am excited. I am thrilled about today's episode. And you're probably going to hear me say that about every episode when I start, because just being excited, just being consistent, just being disciplined is more than enough to just to keep me going. And if I'm not excited about my own vision, if I'm not excited about my own project or what I want happening in my life, who's going to be excited for me? You know, like if I don't push that energy out, if I don't continue to push forward, who is going to push for me? Like who's going to do it for you? Because it's simply just that. It's simply you pushing, pioneering, and thriving. And pioneering is such a interesting concept because pioneering is being the first to trailblaze, being the first to do it, being the first to navigate a journey. And when you pioneer, you're running into new settlements, you're running into new aspects, you're running into new everything because this it's like you're walking. It's not like you're walking into a new land. You are walking into a new land, and that new land is it's a blank canvas where you trial and error, you know what I'm saying, interacting and moving into these different spaces that you have never ever been in before, and all you have is prior experiences that doesn't even relate to this new place that you're in, so you're pretty much like a baby starting over, and a lot what I've grown to learn and what I've grown to understand is it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to not, you know, be aware or knowledgeable of everything that's happening. It's okay to not know everything. It's okay. It really is okay. For example, my job and what I do is really more operational wise, like logistics and speaking to people and things like that. It's nothing. I'm a charmer. I can charm you. I can fix some stuff. I can problem solve. That's what I do. And the other side or a different aspect or part of my job is numbers. I am not the best with numbers. Me and numbers don't get along. We bump heads. We don't we don't do it. And my hotel manager pretty much introduced a new task to me because I did ask for, when you ask for growth, you got to be prepared. When you ask for more challenging things, you have to be prepared for those things to come. So when it came to my doorstep, it was just like, all right, here we go. He explained to me, this is what I do, da 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 da. And I'm just like, this is like Spanish. I don't know. And a part of me was trying to make it seem like, okay, I caught on, I caught on, I caught on. And then another part of me was just like, buddy, you better open your mouth. You better ask some questions. You better do something because this ain't it. You finna walk away from this meeting and not know anything that of what he said to you. And it's not like I wasn't retaining. It's just like this is the first time I've seen it in forever. Like this is my first time seeing this, and it was just like I don't know what this is. And we had a conversation. My hotel manager and my general manager, we went out for drinks at this restaurant called Lucky Cat. It's really good actually. And my general manager was speaking. And he was saying a lot of times people think that putting on this persona that, oh, I know it or I got it or I retained it makes them look strong, makes them look like they got it, and makes it look like they can do it. And in reality, it doesn't do anything but hinder you because, say, for instance, you get this new task, you get this new duty that you have to do, and you fail at it. But you made it seem like, oh, I got it. Oh, this is it. Like, I got it. I can handle it. I could do it. But you couldn't because you didn't ask questions. And one of the most easiest ways to grow, one of the most easiest ways to walk into more doors is showing that I don't know it all and I'm willing to learn. I don't know it all, but I'm willing to understand. I'm willing to be taught what it is that I need to do. You know what I'm saying? And that is probably the easiest and the most how do I say this? That is the easiest and the most. It's a word I'm looking for, and it's not coming to me right now. But it's going to come to me later. But moving forward in life, moving forward in your goals and your careers and what you want, the easiest way to do that is by asking questions. Because Rome wasn't built in a day. No man is an island. And you don't know it all. I don't know it all. No one knows it all. And people that know a lot of information or retain a lot of information or are aware of a lot of things is because they ask questions. They ask questions. They question what it was that was put in front of them. For example, when it comes to spirituality and religion, I always asked why. I always asked, well, why this or why that? Like there was always a why because I really want to understand because if I understand something, I can actually apply it and I can actually benefit from it and I can actually grow in that area. If I understand, I can apply it to my life because I know the why behind a lot of things. And growing up originally at first, we were taught don't ask why or don't question this or don't question that or don't question God and this, that, and the third, or don't do any of these things where you have to question an authority figure, a deity, why things are the way they are, anything like that. You're told not to because it's a sign of disrespect. And frankly, that's incorrect. Frankly, that is just BS because it's not do what I say just because I say it. That's not a healthy way of living life or going about life. It actually keeps you stuck and stagnant because you're only doing something because somebody told you to do it. You don't understand the why. You don't understand the principle of it. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand what it is or what it can be or what can be improved or if that actually applies to your life because what you was told just to do it. Like just do it. And that hinders growth for anyone, frankly, if we're being real about it. Because the why is the reasoning, it's the application, it's the okay, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That okay. And if I ask why, there's a possibility that I can figure out a different way using this same method, or I can have a different approach to it because okay, that makes sense. Like, all right, you do this because of that, or you know what I'm saying? Okay, so let me go ahead and improvise or enhance or make you more efficient for my life because I know the why. You know what I'm saying? Like I know the why, I understand the why, and it's clear to me. We make mistakes in life because we don't question, we don't investigate, we don't look into things. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We just take things for face value instead of sitting down and being like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. And I was dead wrong. I was dead wrong because I didn't have to do it that way. You know what I'm saying? I could have did it a different way, and I just took the long way. I have a very close friend of mine. We work together, and she she's always doing things the long way, always. And I'm just like, why are you doing this way? Why are you doing this way? And she was like, "Ooh, Hester, I didn't know." Like, "Ooh, Hester, thank you for showing me." "Ooh, Hester," you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we just do what we are accustomed to. We do what we know, and then and she's very receptive though. She's very receptive to a different way of doing things, a different approach. But it's just like hey, I just did this way, da 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 da, or whatever, and it's like, oh, you could do it this way. So asking questions and being open and being receptive to new information is a catalyst. I told you that word was going to come back to me. It's a catalyst for growth. It's a catalyst for furthering yourself into where you desire to be. And it's just an interesting thing. I enjoy it. I love it. And that's why I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm understanding. I'm open to a lot of things. And I can tell you, it's not easy being open. It's not easy being quote unquote complicated because you ask why. it's not easy because you're deemed a difficult person. You're deemed complicated. You deemed, oh, you just, bucking against what's going on. And no, I just simply want to know why so that I can better understand. If I can better understand, I can do exactly what it is you want me to do. Right? So we're going to take a commercial break. And not a real commercial break. I just needed to, drink something. And this is just some Simply Lemonade with a hint of a Red Bull. Hmm. Woo. All right. So, on to further things. The reason why I wanted to just be me today and just talk to you guys is because I think it's really, really important when you have a vision and you want people to understand your culture, or see your culture, or really see you. You have to take time to invest in you. You have to take time to build in you, because using, or how do I say this? Or always expecting others to build you, and you not putting that same energy and that same effort into your own self, how far or how strong do you think your foundation is really going to be? How important are you to yourself? I'm telling you, about 3 to 4 times I'm gonna get excited while I'm speaking to you guys today, because it's just like, how important am I to myself that I would invest in myself? How do I invest in myself? Reading, research, looking, taking things in, analyzing things. How much time are you gonna put in yourself? There I was talking to a friend of mine's, and he was like, "Hey, you know what you should do?" And he was like, "Da da da," and I was like, "You know what? I do want to do that. Like, that's a part of my vision that I want to do. It's just like I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to do it." And it's just like, why don't you want to do it? Why don't you want to invest in you? Why don't you want to take the time to look over your craft? A lot of times, and I'm just gonna be frank with you guys, like after I'm done the editing, or after I'm done, adding this and adding that, and putting it together, I don't want to see it again. I guess you can say a little insecure or subconscious to hearing my own voice or seeing myself on the screen or whatever. It's just like, I don't want to go back to that. And it's just like, why don't you want to go back to that? Why don't you want to go challenge yourself to see how you could be better? Hmm? How come you don't want to go back and invest in yourself and be like, you know what? Boom, 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 boom. And take care of this, take care of that. You know what? Let me improve this. Let me enhance this, because your biggest critic is yourself. And if you can't sit in the mirror, and critique yourself and see how you can enhance yourself, like, I get it. People would tell you and give you, um, you know, constructive criticism on your craft and what you do and this, that, and the third, but no one sees you like you see you. No one sees your vision like you, in order to enhance and push and create like you can. So no one is going to be able to tell you how to do what you want to get done, unless you go back and look at it for yourself. You know, and it comes with a part of accepting you for you. It comes with the part of being like, if I want to be this household name, if I want to do this and do that and that and the third, I really just have to take the time to sit alone in my own creation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to take the time to be like, I want to do this, I want to do this, and learn to do it. Because expecting, like I said earlier, expecting other people to build you up and lay your foundation, this, that, and the third, that's not how you grow. That's not how you push further. That's not how you get to the place you want to be, because there's going to be a point in time where there is not going to be anyone. There's not going to be a person, a place, or a thing that's going to give you the training wheels you need, or be the training wheels or the crutch that you can fall back on in order to get what you want. And it's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as, I want better, I got to do better. I want to take my craft from here to that, I have to do that. I have to invest the time in myself. So that means if you've already been taking this amount of time just to focus on you, what is an additional 15, 20, 30 minutes in investing in yourself? And this goes for anything. This goes for sports, this goes for knowledge, this goes for driving, this goes for career. Take the time to just sit your butt down and put into yourself the energy, the time, and effort that you want other people to put into you. Because you can want people to do all this, but what are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for yourself? So, with that being said, be excited about yourself. I drop a lot of gems on Friday. They're like 60 seconds. Um, about celebrating your small wins, about standing on business for yourself, about self care, about cultivating relationships that are positive, about pretty much anything that has to do with promoting self growth. But one thing that we can never forget, one thing that we can never let go or allow to slip our minds is, you work for you, and nobody will work for you like you. We used to say this thing at work where it was like, "Oh, this ain't my daddy business," and he was just like, "But this is my business now." You know what I'm saying? Like, the work life balance that you're taught or you're encouraged to have is so that you don't burn yourself out, so that you don't put so much of your energy into somebody else's business and this, that, and the third, or whatever. When it comes to yourself, I don't know if hmm, I don't know if there's a work life balance when it comes to yourself, because this work is your life. This life is your work. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if there's a balance to be had, or if there's a balance to be catered to, because you got to go hard. You got to grind. And you really have to, you are your golden goose ticket to make it out. You know what I'm saying? You are that diligent worker. That diligent work. That's you. You're that diligent worker for your business. You're the first one to clock in, and you're the last one to clock out, because you're investing in yourself. And once you get comfortable with investing in yourself, when you get comfortable with being there for you and not needing or not expecting or not being entitled to the help of others, and you're only depending solely on you putting it afloat, everything else begins to fall in line. Everything else begins to work in place, because your work ethnic, is that, no, work ethnic, yeah, 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 that speaks volumes. If a person sees the dedication and the amount of time you put into yourself, they would love to join the board. Oh, I love the way they do this. I love how much effort. I love how they are about their craft. I love da 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 da. That's how you create your team. That's how you create your culture. That's how you create this business, because people see, you know what I'm saying? People love people. There are people out there that love to help. There are people out there that love to push. There's people out there that love to get involved. And when they see that you are serious about yourself, when they see that you're serious about what you desire in your life, bam, there go your help right there. There goes one help there. There's two more helps there. And it becomes to grow and grow and grow. But that growth starts with yourself. Because listen, you gotta do it for you. You gotta do it for you. I have a friend who yeah, I know Brittany. She's my co-host for some episodes. She's serious about her stuff. You know what I'm saying? She's serious about her craft. She goes hard for the things that she desires for her business. And it's such an encouraging thing, because it's just like, oh, you get it out of the mud, friend. Like, you're really serious about it. And it's a push, it's an encouragement, it's a wow. Like I just know. You know what I'm saying? Surround your and see, this is what I'm saying. Oh my God, this is what I'm saying. When you put into yourself what you desire, you connect with and you get involved and you get surrounded by people that are like-minded like you. Their work ethic is like-minded, their school of thought, their you know what I'm saying, when it comes to business, when it comes to growth, when it comes to those things, you gravitate to people that are on the same mindset, the same mission as you. And that comes into growing and cultivating positive relationships. I can't be sitting around talking or being spending all my time with people that are not going forward, that are not moving forward, that are not trying to do something with their lives in a beneficial way. You know what I'm saying? There is a thing in the Bible that says, iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? You can't be surrounded with people that are not doing anything with their lives and expect to feel motivated by these people, or expect to, you know what I'm saying, to run into an ample amount of opportunities, because all you are surrounded by is closed minded, don't want to do nothing, don't want to go nowhere type of people. All they want to do is do this, do that, and the third. But that ain't where I want to go. So when you cultivate these relationships and you draw those people into your life, make sure it's a two-way street where you're mirroring and you're reciprocating the things that works and beneficial, because a relationship is a business. And there's a metaphor I think about a relationship being like an actual ship. You know what I'm saying? When that ship goes out, what is it bringing back? It's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? You leave the pier, you leave the dock. I leave the dock, I got cars, or I got this, I got that, or whatever, and I go ship out and I go to the next one and I drop that off, and all right, either I get a payment or I get a an exchange of supply. There's a barter. You know what I'm saying? And I go back to myself, and then I go ahead and pour into myself. I go back and pour into uh uh my ship. Find people, keep people that challenge you for better. Keep people that demonstrate and show you that, listen, I got this for that. You know what I'm saying? There's where that sense of community comes from. Like, I'm just getting excited because I be thinking about these thoughts that be coming out, and it's just like my mouth can't move quick enough for me to get there. But when I pour into you, pour into me, we're giving and we're taking. I'm giving to you, you giving to me. I'm taking, you're taking, but we're benefiting each other. You know what I'm saying? That sense of community is, I'm not gatekeeping what I've learned. Okay? I'm not gatekeeping the information or the technology or the school of thought or the relationships of how I was able to get to where I am. I'm not gatekeeping, you know what I'm saying? Because the same way I needed somebody to be there for me, somebody else needs me to be there for them. A lot of times we think about the why, or why am I going through this? I feel like we go through things for two reasons. One, for you to actually learn from and grow for it, and two, for you to go back and help somebody. Go back and help somebody create, or to pull them out of that same place that you were just in. You know what I'm saying? And there is not a thin line, because I'm hearing it like I'm talking within myself. Like, there is not a thin line between gatekeeping and, using what you got and give it to somebody else and that and third, whatever. There is not a thin line of being used, because when your heart is pure, your intentions are right, and you do things correctly, a person can think they're using you, but you're not really using me. You're not using someone. You think you're getting over on somebody. That's what you think. But with a big heart comes a big responsibility to listen to the discernment that is in you. Discernment is just pretty much that intuition, that gut feeling of, okay, you know what? Ancestors or angels or God or Jesus, the Holy Spirit is telling me this and telling me that. You need to listen to it so that you're able to protect yourself from people that meant to do you harm. So that's where you have the scripture. Uh, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You know what I'm saying? No weapon, no device, no any of those things that where a person can have bad intent, but because of my good heart, because of my discernment, because of who I am and what I understand about life, I'm not allowing this person to get over on me. This information that I'm giving you, it's to benefit you. You're going to get the information. You're going to get what you get. And when down the road, you're going to look back and see how, oh, wow, that was not right of me. And, sometimes karma does take a little while. Sometimes it takes a while for, God to, do those things. But we have to remember that just the same, just the same as you made a mistake, this person could make the mistake. Just the same as you had to unlearn and you had to understand new things, the same as the other person. We expect for vengeance off back. We expect for these things to happen quickly, and it's just like, well, when it was you on the other side, did you were they was merciful to you? They was understanding to you. They didn't wish harm on you. So it's just like we forget that you was once doing something or trying to be mischievous to an individual a little minute ago or a while ago. It's you ain't always been this goody two shoes. You ain't always been this person that's oh, I'm a wholesome and I'm not toxic. I'm not a crash out. You didn't always used to be that way. It took growth, and we have to understand that everyone grows in their own time and their own understanding. Not saying that you allow people to get away or to continue still with you. Your discernment. Your discernment is in place. Your intuition is in place to protect you and for you to see. It's to guardrail you so that you understand what's happening and what to give out. What to give out. You can't be gullible or naive of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So that is just a little 2 cent when it comes to relationship and cultivating and community and stuff like that. Um, and just pushing for yourself, rooting for yourself. This is more so like a motivational topic. I'm just wanting to motivate and encourage and tell you you're going to make it out of where you are. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get to the place that you desire to be, but you have to work hard at it. You have to push yourself. You have to take those steps necessary because it's not going to be like this always. You're not going to be in this dark place always. You're not going to be in a place where you're not able to get or do what you need or do what you want. You're not always going to be to this place. You know what I'm saying? Time and chance happens to us all. You're only in this for a moment. You're only in this for a moment. There is a reference, and I reference the Bible because I'm a PK. You guys know this. I'm a PK. I'm a preacher's kid, so a lot of my upbringing has to do with the Bible. But the Bible has great metaphors that help out in life. And there's Paul mentions these afflictions are only but for a moment. You know what I'm saying? And the moment is defined by you. There used to be a time when moms would tell us, go through your process with joy. Go through what you're experiencing with joy. And it's just like, how do I go through persecution? How do I go through lack? How do I go through not understanding? How do I go through unhealthy habits? How do I go through all these things with joy? Like, does that even make sense? Go through with joy. What am I what am I happy about? What am I smiling about? The world around me is crashing. I ain't got no job. My job done paying me well. Like everything around me is just bad crazy. What do I have to be happy about? And it starts off with the small things. Believe it or not, you know, finding the silver lining because a lot of times it can be worse than what it is. He woke you up this morning. You know what I'm saying? You do have a job. You're not completely homeless, or you have food in your refrigerator, or any of those things. Like we have to find the silver lining and the joy in getting through it. I gotta push through. I have to find the joy because a lot of times people are happy but they don't have joy because when you're happy it's because something is happening. Oh, I'm happy because something is happening. I'm happy it's Friday because I get paid on Friday. I have joy that I have finances coming in because this is what I need. I need joy. Joy cometh in the morning. What is the morning? What does my morning look like? When is my morning coming? Listen, I've been in that place where it's just like, all right now, here we go. We still experiencing this. We still going through this. And there are times where it's just like I get a burst of joy or I get a burst of understanding or a burst of happiness, but I'm still in the place where I'm not where I want to be. But I keep pushing. I keep going. I keep going. I keep going because it's a moment. How you handle your process, how you handle your struggles, how you handle your inconveniences, how you handle anything that's given to you determines how long you go through those things, how long you're in that situation. Because check this out. What did you learn from what you went through? Hmm? I'm telling you, what did you learn? It's like I'm not trying to learn anything. But that is the point. Did you learn any stewardship? Huh? Yeah. Did you learn how to take care of what you already have now? Did you learn any time management? Did you learn what did I learn that I can apply that I can pass this test because these things are a cycle. These things are a test to enhance you. I used to be like I kid you not. I used to be like, why am I going through this? What am I supposed to learn from this? Da, 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 da. Like I used to always question like why? To get better, to be better, to understand that life is going to throw you a whole bunch of lemons. Life is going to throw you some lemons. What are you going to do with the resources that are already available to you? Are you squandering them now? Are you always late? Are you in a bet your mind, your mentality, is it always corrupt? Are you never on time? Are you a poor manager of your money? Are you spending your money on reckless things? Are you not maintaining? Are you not keeping structure in your life? What are you not doing and what do you need to learn from what you're experiencing? What are you learning? You know? And it's a challenging thing to look in the mirror and see the fault in yourself. It's a challenging thing. I don't want to do that. I don't want to look at myself. I don't want to understand or I don't want to look and see what I have to improve because I'm not always right. I don't want to see the bad in me because I think I'm this great person. I don't want to see that right now. But what is it that I need to do to impair no, not no, to enhance and to better myself? What do I need to do? Everything that we experience in life happens for a reason. Either whether it's self-inflicted or you need to learn something from it, it happens. You know what I'm saying? What you do and how you respond. I love the word respond instead of reacting because reacting is I'm not listening to anything that's going on. I'm not seeing it a lot. That's what whew, that's what we do in life is react to everything that happens to us. Laid off on my job, I react, I'm angry, upset, I'm hanging, like I'm just like I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I got a disagreement with somebody, I'm reacting, I'm not listening to anything this person said. Like we react instead of responding because when I respond, I'm taking in what is happening right now. What's happening right now? I'm not in my emotions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not blinded by anger. I'm not blinded by fury. I'm not blinded by emotions. I'm telling you, I'm getting happy, y'all. I'm sitting in this experience and I want to take something from this because how do I respond? How do I respond to what's happening to me? Huh? How do I do that? What am I saying back to these situations that come into my life? What am I saying back to losing my car? What am I saying back to losing my job? What am I saying back to having problems with my health? What am I saying back to not having enough money to get to the next day? What am I saying back? How am I responding to each situation that comes into my life? How am I doing that? What do I say back to the world when the world presents me the problem? Hmm? Let's think about it. What do I say? What am I saying? And how do I say it? You know what? I'm gonna find a way. You know what? Let me go ahead and cry now. Let me go ahead and get these emotions out now. Let me go ahead and figure out what's happening now. Let me go ahead and cry and mourn and be upset and question God let me get this out right now, because once that is out, once the emotion is I done felt it, I done experienced it, I let it go. Now it's time for me to figure out, how do I come back from what happened to me or what is happening around me? Because now it's time for me to search it out. Mm. It's time for me to search it out. It's time for me to search out the answer onto how and what I'm responding back to my environment, back to the universe, back to my situation. What am I telling my situation? I'm telling you, I'm getting happy thinking about this, because when I was experiencing everything in my life, my mindset was not to how do I respond? It was always reacting. I'm shutting down. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm angry. I'm upset. I don't understand. Da, da, da. And I soaked and stayed in that place instead of dealing with how I felt, addressing how I felt, pushing through what I felt, and then responding to the situation. You know what? It's okay. It's all right. These things happen. Now, how do we bounce back? How do I get back on my feet? How do I adjust to this? How do I adjust and adapt? How do I pull back and retain and push forward about what's going on? How do I do that? What am I doing? What is my plan of action? A lot of times we are not okay with feeling we are not okay with feeling how we feel in that moment when those things happen to us. We're not okay. We don't want to do it. I don't want to experience, I don't want to feel these things. But we must endure. We must go through. We must embrace. Feel the feeling, allow the feeling, and release it. And once you process those things, once you walk through those steps, now let's go ahead and tackle this solution. Let's go ahead and tackle this problem and come with a solution and how to better ourselves. Yes, I just preached to you. Yes, I get excited and you think you at church and I think I'm at church and I think I'm speaking to the youth again. Yes, I do. This is something I'm passionate about. This is why I'm doing it, because unfortunately, church was not the best outlet for me for various reasons. So, my outlet here is speaking what I experience, speaking what I see, speaking what I encounter, and being transparent with you, because I know if I went through it, if I experienced it, I know there's another person out there going through that same thing. There's another person out there thinking the same way I'm thinking. And there's always a how do I get out? And they had the saying, each one teach one or each one reach one. And I feel like one of the purposes in my life is to give a helping hand out to people that experience things that I experience. I have a story. You have a story. We all have a story. And when we get together, I'm quite sure we can tell a great story about what we experienced and how we didn't think we was going to get through it. How we didn't think we was going to get past a heartbreak. How we didn't think we was going to get past losing a loved one. How we didn't think we was going to get past that mental breakdown. How we think we were going to get past anything that we experience in life. The worst news, the worst experiences, but we made it. And that's one thing we have to take into consideration. If I made it through that, yeah, yes, sir. If I made it through that and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, it didn't kill me. It didn't kill me. It didn't take me out. So if I made it through that and I done been through some storms, yeah, if I made it through those storms, I can make it through anything else that happens in life. But we have to take it with joy. We have to go through it with joy. We have to sit with joy. We have to sit with ourselves. We have to sit with the understanding of I can, I will, and I have to. Yeah, I have to. There's no other choice. There is no other choice but to do it because I got to. If I don't do it, nobody else will. I'm telling you, that's the only way to get through and to push and to pump and to pry yourself, you know? But I don't want to talk your ears off. I don't want to be too long. I don't want to be like those bishops that be like, you know what? And before I leave, and before I close, and I'm about to close, but I'm going to close right now by thanking you and encouraging you, letting you know that you can, you have, you already have, you already have. Just believe. You can, you have, and you will. Get through it, come on the other side. You will be all right. Yeah? So, peace and love, family. I love you guys. Keep pushing. Don't stop pushing. Gently, gently push yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Gently give yourself those nudges to make it to the other side. And of course, I forgot to do this in the beginning because I just get so excited. Please share, comment, and subscribe. Check me out. Talk to me. Let me know if I resonate with you. Let me know I found my tribe. Where is my tribe? Where is my community? Talk to me in those comment sections on any platform. And yes, the platforms will be, the social media handles will be on the screen. Until next time, remember, we're doing 3 episodes a month. We on season 2. I think I'm going to give it a a little chill to reinvent and to re-strategize after season 5 or 6. These are mini episodes, but again, I'm talking too much, I'm going too far, and I'm long-winded. I love you guys. Peace and love. Keep it pushing, pushers. And remember, let's be gentle.